And a good spiritual morning to you once again. I'm Father Cosmas. Thanks for joining me today for a quick chat and, of course, our morning cup of coffee. And I thought for today, since it's Holy Tuesday, first of all, a blessed Holy Week, Kali Anastasi, a blessed resurrection that's coming up at the end of the week. Hopefully, Lent and Holy Week has been blessing for you thus far. And I wanted to talk about just an idea about the beginning of the week. Some of the themes of the week, and basically one main theme that we're celebrating and something that we maybe can take advantage of and benefit from in the spiritual life is because most people come Palm Sunday. I'm sure this past Sunday most of us went to church. If we were able, we went. Because it's a huge feast day. People love to come to Palm Sunday. It's one of the most well-attended Sundays of the year. And then what happens is we start working backwards and we say, well, okay, Palm Sunday I went, but what happens? I want to go Friday night for sure. It's the Epitafio, it's the Angomia, the Lamentations. We're going to have the candlelight vigil. We're going to go outside of the church, God willing, process around the church. I've got to go Saturday night, Sunday morning for Anastasi, right? We have to have that, celebrate the resurrection. So we say, well, Palm Sunday for sure. Friday I'm going to go, Saturday I'm going to go. Now, what other ones can we go? Anything above that, sort of like the icing on the cake. Well, maybe I'll go for Unction this year. I usually try to go to Unction, so I'll do that on Wednesday. Tomorrow I'll go. But then am I going to go Thursday? Because then it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I don't know if I can go 4 days in a row. So maybe not Thursday, but maybe I'll go Thursday. So we start, as I said, we back into what services we're going to go to. And what's usually sacrificed is Palm Sunday night, Holy Monday night last night, and Holy Tuesday night tonight. Most people are not in church. And we usually sacrifice Holy Thursday morning, Good Friday morning, Holy Saturday morning, or Good Friday afternoon. We sacrifice some of the other services because it's just too much, right? We sort of say to ourselves. But the reality is these services, especially at the beginning of the week, they're so important because we're learning about being watchful and being prepared to meet Christ. That's really what the general theme of Palm Sunday night, Monday night, and tonight. The general theme for the bridegroom services is that Christ can come, the bridegroom, in the middle of the night, and blessed is the servant that's watching, that's awake, that's ready. And that idea of being ready, right, prepared and vigilant and watchful, it's so essential to the spiritual life. It's about living in the moment. It's about realizing I'm not guaranteed another 40 years or 50 years or 10 years or 1 year. I'm not guaranteed anything. I've got to be ready today. I've got to live today and take advantage of what today has to offer and do the best that I can spiritually to be ready to meet Christ if I have to meet Him tonight. Am I ready? And that's a wonderful way of thinking about the spiritual life and being prepared. And when we think that way, then we can be ready for the passion and the crucifixion and the burial. But we're missing the sort of step of preparation. We're going from, well, we're welcoming Him into Jerusalem as this conquering hero, and now all of a sudden He's on the cross. Or now all of a sudden He's in the tomb. How did that happen? Well, if you skip from Palm Sunday to Good Friday, that's what happens. He goes from entering in on the donkey to somehow now He's already in the tomb. Well, wait a minute. What happened in between? Where's the story? The preparation has to be there. And we have to think about making that sacrifice to prepare so that in our mentality we're learning to be ready, not just today, but every day to meet Christ. That's the most important thing. So if I can give you something to consider for today, to think about, come to church. I mean, this is Holy Week, right? These are the few days of the year for us as Orthodox Christians that we really have to force ourselves, to exert ourselves to put Christ first before anything else. And if we can't set aside 1 hour tonight to meet Christ, where are we really in our spiritual life? Tonight's a beautiful service. It's the last bridegroom service, our last chance to come and to hear the beautiful hymns and to sort of start thinking about Christ as our bridegroom, as the one who sacrifices, right, and endures the passion for us. That's the theme. Are we ready? Come to church. Tomorrow we receive a sacrament. It's Holy Unction. Come to church, right? So the theme, the beginning of the week, watchfulness and prayer. And my message for you for today is come to church. Please come back to church and participate in these services. There's so much that we have to benefit, so much that our church offers us, but we don't get it if we're not physically present, if we're not here, and we're just kind of going about our lives, business as usual. Then we're not prepared to meet the bridegroom. We're not prepared to meet Christ. And we want to be prepared to meet him, not only today, but in our lives, in our spiritual lives, and to do that each and every day. Amen.